We are here at Sebring Expo 2013, and we're talking about an airplane that, well, we know this airplane, but there's something different about it. We started out looking at these giant N numbers. Actually, they're the size they're supposed to be in any LSA these days. We're talking today with Adam Yang and Carrie Richter. Adam is the CEO of Progressive Aerodyne, which makes the Searey. Carrie is its designer going back quite a few years. We'll ask you how many in a minute. I'm Dan Johnson, and it's our chance to talk to these gentlemen about one of the newest special light sport aircraft. Now, the Searey has been a kit. You have how many? 500, I think? More than 500 flying?
Yeah, more than nearly 600. Yeah, we sold. Yeah, all over the world.
And for how long?
For about 20
When did you
years.
first design the airplane?
Over 20 years. 20 years ago, Carrie designed this airplane, and before that, he designed more, and he can tell you more about that.
We started the design in '91, and we started the company in '92.
1991, you started the design for the airplane we're seeing here right
Yes.
now. Yeah. And those owners are very loyal people, all those kit builders. Amazing how they've, the tightness of the group, and I've always been impressed by that. But there have been some all along the way that said, well, I don't really want to build it though, and you haven't had a good answer for them. You got Builder Assist Center, I know you've done that. But now you've got the answer for those people that are like me that aren't great with wrenches and pop rivets and whatnot. So.
Yeah, exactly. We have very tight knit group here, Searey owners. They like the airplane, they love to fly it, and some people, as you said, they either don't have the skill or the time to build it, and this is a time they can just buy it and fly it off the lot. Yeah, we're on the lake. They can deliver there, and they can take it out from there. It's a lot easier for them. They can enjoy this. Yeah.
So, and you can do that now today. You have the approval.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Now, you went through an FAA audit to get this, and FAA is going around and auditing some of the LSA companies. That's been kind of what they call a prototype or experimental audit so far. They are learning how to do it as well. You kind of got the full treatment, though. They came in and looked at everything.
Exactly. Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about what that was to go through.
Right. Okay. The FAA really, take it very seriously. There are 5 people come to our facility, spend 3 days full time to look at the facility, the documentation, the people, procedures, everything. Okay. They check it out. Inside out, everything. So yeah, we got we have some minor findings, and we are the first one in 3 years. The first one passed with only minor findings. Yeah.
Now let's touch on that just for a minute. We don't want to go into a lot of detail about audits. The point being that FAA said, yep, it's what you say it is. You have the documents, everything else.
Right.
But findings might alarm some people. What that means is they went through a long list of many pages if it were printed out, and they found, oh, this description isn't right, or maybe not that they found parts that were wrong.
Nothing like that. Yeah, nothing.
For an example, one of the findings was just the lack of an on-off label here.
He's pointing at the fuel shutoff, and there's a label up there, and it was the label that they said wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
So these findings, first of all, they were minor. Second of all, there weren't very many of them. And third,
only four of them.
Only
like
4.
The label like that.
So that was one of them.
Right,
Most people would say, well, that's no big deal. And it was no big deal. So congratulations for getting through that on a very clean basis. But what does this now mean to the consumer who says, well, oh, you've got it now. I can buy ready to fly. When could you deliver one to them if they said, okay, here's the check, here's a full check? How soon could they get one?
Okay, the market really responded very good, and there are people who are waiting in line, for years for this. So what we can do now is put down the deposit. We're ramping up the production. In a few months, you can have the plane, delivered. Yeah.
By we're here in January right now. It doesn't feel like seaplane weather today so much, but coming summer this year, could somebody have one in summer this year?
No, even before that, in 3 months, about 3 months, we're going to
maybe by Sun and Funny.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So the customer can have it this summer. How can they have it? You've already got experimental amateur build, or sometimes abbreviated EAB. That's what you've been doing for 20 years. But now you've got SLSA, meaning ready to fly.
Right.
Are you going to do ELSA as well, the experimental kit version of an LSA?
Yes, ELSA will be also available at the same time, which is give a customer a lot more flexibility. and they can, buy the LSA, turn into ELSA, or they can order ELSA. Yeah, either way.
So for a customer that says, well, I'm a little daunted by building the whole airplane, but maybe I'd like to do some of it so I'm more familiar with it.
Yeah.
The ELSA would allow that?
Exactly, that's the whole purpose of that too. You can build it from 1%, 0% to 99%,
Any
100%.
percentage you choose.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Right. And you may still do some of that as the builder assist? Because you're going to continue doing experimental AMSA
Yes,
build too.
we'll continue to do to do that. So we'll have some program, put out there to do that, so that more customer can benefit from there. Yeah.
Now I want to ask you questions about cost, but these videos stay on the internet for a long time, so we don't need specific numbers. But seaplanes can be a little expensive. If you go out and look at the greater market of all kinds of seaplanes, they're usually pretty expensive actually.
Okay.
The airframe is one thing, and if they add floats to them, wow, that can add quite a bit.
Yeah.
This has always been quite a bargain as a kit.
It's
below
still
100,000 you could get in the air, I understand.
Right,
yes. Right. Without getting into much in the way of numbers, how much more expensive will it be to have a fully built?
Okay, the fully built you're talking about the LSA. Okay, I'll give you a range. Okay, the range is about from $125,000 to $144,000, which is still much cheaper than the most of the hull amphibian airplanes, and also it's much cheaper than those on the floats because you spend more money on the floats as well.
Oh yeah, the floats can adjust the floats on some airplanes can be half of that number.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really quite a bargain, and in an airplane that has proven itself over 20 some years of flying now, do you have any idea about how many hours have been flown? Have you ever calculated that?
Maybe
I sprung this
maybe
on
too
him.
much.
Yeah,
I saw that
about
too much.
hours.
Yeah. Thousands of hours.
Yes.
A lot of flying.
hours.
These
Yeah.
these are not hangar queens.
Well over
or,
2,000 hours on them.
No. People want to use that. See, in Florida, there's a lot of water. You see the Searey on the water all the time. So we should do the numbers.
Yeah, it'd be an
it's
interesting
gonna be a
one.
long number. Yeah.
I know they're flown.
Yeah,
I've seen
right.
them flown, so I know this is an active thing.
Right.
Well, this is great. We've asked you a few questions here, and we're delighted to look at the special version of the Searey, Special Light Sport Aircraft version. But where can we go get more information? People are watching this on the web through one website or another on YouTube, so they're already at their computer. What's the web address to go get even more information about the Searey?
Okay, the website that you go to is still very simple. It's www.searey.com. And also we have another, that link to other languages as well. You just go to the main website and you can, click on that to get to the other website in other languages.
Excellent. So the company is Progressive Aerodyne, but much simpler web address, and we'll have that on the screen for them as well. I've reported on this airplane several times, and we'll continue to do so. That's available on bydanjohnson.com or bydanjohnson.com. Thanks for joining us today for this video.